I've been saying this since we started. Why can't we play normal games like everyone else? Something with real stakes, real gameplay, real explosions. You know, Call of Duty, Mario Party, Five Nights at Freddy's, or Dark Souls. Something that doesn't look like it came from the bottom shelf at Blockbuster. But no, we're stuck in Joe's fever dream backlog. What's next, Barbie Horse Adventures?
Joe, you really picked SpongeBob SquarePants, creature from the Krusty Krab. You couldn't go with something like Beautiful Joe or Fatal Frame 3. I was expecting something with a little more substance. You know, maybe a platformer with some bite, a solid action game, even a classic JRPG if we're feeling bold. But nope, we're diving straight into SpongeBob Subconscious. I'm sure none of it will make any sense. But hey, that's Joe's brand now.
First of all, this game is a hidden gem. Hell, it's got everything. You think I picked this at random. No, I picked this because it rules. Everyone's always talking about the same tired games, and I'm here trying to bring you guys a cinematic experience from Nickelodeon Classic. You should be thanking me. This game's got charm. It's playful, it's fun, and honestly, you gotta appreciate the creativity. This is about having a good time. And yeah, I get it, it's not Sonic or Kingdom Hearts, but why not mix it up a bit? Not everything has to be a high-stakes battle. Plus, who doesn't love SpongeBob? He's been around for decades making people laugh. It's all about that lighthearted adventure vibe. And sometimes that's all you need in a game.
What the hell am I even looking at right now? He's asleep. Then suddenly, boom, SpongeBob's in a hot rod. We go from rescuing zoo animals to SpongeBob dreaming about street racing. Joe, I'm serious. What kind of unhinged brain picks this crap for a video? No explanation, no build-up, just immediate chaos. This feels like someone took a dream journal and turned it into a fever trip. And look at his face. He's not even awake. He's just full throttle. What kind of dreams are you having, Joe? Are these FDA approved? Because I feel like I'm on some expired NyQuil just watching this.
I gotta be honest, Joe. This is already one of the weirdest games I've ever seen, and it's not even a fun kind of weird, it's just uncomfortable. Why are we in a race for no reason? I guess SpongeBob's got his license, he's got a hot rod, and the game throws you right into the action. But Joe, explain this to me. Why are we racing around in his dream?
Well, you see, fellas, is a dream, right? It's SpongeBob's subconscious where the normal rules don't apply. So, of course, we're racing, he's driving around, and it's all part of his strange, vivid imagination. The game kicks off with a tutorial race because, well, that's how you start the game. It's basic, it's simple, and it gets you used to the controls. Look, I'm not saying this is high art or anything, but it's goofy, and that's what we're here for. We're in Bikini Bottom, so let's embrace the madness, huh?
Madness is one way to put it, Joe. You start with a race, no explanation, just bam. Here's your car, now go. But tell me this, Joe, who actually enjoys these kinds of races. It's slow as heck. The steering is like you're driving a plastic toy, and the track is about as straightforward as a SpongeBob plotline.
You know, I gotta agree with Trump here. The gameplay's shallow. The tutorial's the perfect example. They're trying to teach you how to race by throwing you on this track where there's nothing really challenging. The track's not even that long, and you're not dealing with any real obstacles. It's just SpongeBob speeding through it like some bizarre dream version of Mario Kart. I get it. It's supposed to be fun, but it just feels like they took the easiest route possible.
Well, I mean, it's more than just racing. It's like, it's the charm of SpongeBob. You know, it's not supposed to be perfect. It's supposed to be fun. And that's what I like about it. It's got that chaotic energy and it doesn't overthink itself. It's just weird enough that it makes you laugh. The whole, I'm going to race through my dreams and somehow mess it up vibe. Classic SpongeBob.
Classic SpongeBob, Joe. This gives off full-blown Season 6 vibes. You remember that nightmare fuel? The body horror, the close-up shots of rotting Krabby Patties, SpongeBob's face melting off every 5 seconds like it's some psychological thriller. That's what this feels like. You're telling me this weird, floaty, off-brand Mario Kart hallucination is charming. This feels like something they animated after pulling an all-nighter on gas station energy drinks and leftover tartar sauce. You know what this game feels like. Like they threw a bunch of weird ideas in a blender and hit blend without checking the results. This is a nightmare, not a classic. It's like they took everything weird about the show and said, let's make a racing game. Then you get this fever dream. It's just underwhelming. Like this tutorial race, you're just doing laps around Conch Street for what feels like forever, with no real challenge, no big twist. Then Plankton shows up, rams you, and that's the game's attempt at a plot. It's like they just wanted to get the action started without worrying too much about building up anything substantial. But hey, maybe it's a good starting point for people who like SpongeBob. It's just not going to win any awards. All right, wait a minute here. Joe, let me get this straight. We start off with some kind of bizarre hot rod race, and now we're chasing a bouncing driver's license. Really, I've seen some weird stuff in video games, but this is up there. I mean, I thought we were going to have a nice, simple time with SpongeBob. But no, we're chasing after a license that's bouncing around like it's got legs of its own.
I mean, I kind of dig it, the license bouncing off like that. It's pure chaos, but it works for the whole dream sequence. You ever have one of those dreams where you lose your keys and suddenly they're bouncing across a parking lot with no reason? That's exactly what's going on here. And honestly, I think that's kind of fun. It's like you don't know what's going to happen next, and that keeps it interesting.
While you're learning the controls, Donald, let me tell you all the craziest fan edit I saw the other night with some friends. It's called Harry Potter and the Deathly Weapons. I swear someone went in and edited the entire first Harry Potter movie to replace every wand with a gun, like full-on Glocks, Desert Eagles, shotguns, all of it. And they didn't just slap them in there, they edited the sound effects, reactions, even made the magic duels into shootouts. McGonagall pulls up on Harry with a revolver like it's nothing. It was the most cursed and hilarious thing I've ever seen, and somehow it weirdly works.
Are you serious right now? I'm sitting here trying to understand why SpongeBob's dreams are full of death tracks and bouncing plastic IDs, and you're out here talking about Harry Potter with guns. What the hell is wrong with people, man? That's the kind of internet brain rot that makes this game look sane in comparison.
I'm telling you, man, the attention to detail was unhinged. Like, they didn't just toss in stock footage of pistols and call it a day. No, they tracked every wand shot frame by frame. Every time someone says, Expelliarmus, it's a bullet casing hitting the floor and someone flying back like they caught a .45 to the chest. I lost it when Hagrid busted through the door in the hut, shotgun in hand, just, you're a wizard, Harry, boom, warning shot in the air like it's a Tarantino flick. Whole room went silent and then died laughing.
That's not even a parody, that's a war crime. You're telling me people sat down, watched a children's fantasy movie, and thought, you know what would improve this? Ballistics. They replaced years of Hogwarts lore spell mechanics, wand choreography, with guns? What kind of messed up nostalgia trip is this? I don't get it. People complain about Sonic kissing a human, but this gets a pass.
Donald, listen, when Dumbledore walks into the Great Hall with dual MAC-10s and calmly says the forbidden corridor is off limits, then fires a couple shots in the ceiling. It's cinema, real cinema. And don't get me started on Snape. Dude walks around strapped like John Wick, trench coat flowing, no lines, just cold stares and cold steel. It's everything I didn't know I needed.
And they edited the soundtrack too. Took out the orchestral stuff and replaced it with these over-the-top action movie sound cues. Every moment has this layer of absurdity, but it's done so confidently. They weren't joking around. This wasn't a meme edit, this was a film. Honestly, it made me realize people out there got way too much time, but man, sometimes the results are incredible.
The biggest question here is why the hell we're playing a game where a license is just flying away with no real explanation. It's like the game designers went, yeah, this is normal, this is fine. SpongeBob's gonna lose his ID and it'll just bounce down the street like it's a bouncy ball. And now you and Joe's here talking about guns in Hogwarts. What a disaster. No wonder you like these kinds of games, Joe. Complete chaos, no rules, and weirdly, somehow it all makes sense.
Hey, the internet's a wild place, man. You got to see it to believe it. But seriously, if you're asking why I'm into games like this, I'm all about that unpredictability. The weirdness of it all. It's like life. Sometimes you don't get the cleanest, most polished experience, but you get something fun and different. And that's why people dig these weird games.
That's something Obama. But speaking of wild, have you guys seen the new Nope 1 Sentai Goes Yuger series? It's the 49th Super Sentai series, celebrating 50 years of the franchise. They've really outdone themselves this time.
Oh yeah, I caught the premiere. The team's lineup is pretty unique. Goes Wolf, Goes Liam, Goes Trano, Goes Eagle, and Goes Unicorn. Each member has their own distinct personality and abilities.
Right. Goes Wolf is the Red Ranger, a strong man with a good heart, but also unsociable and foul-mouthed. Goes Laon, the Blue Ranger, is a charismatic strategist and former idol. Then there's Goes Terrano, the Yellow Ranger, who's knave but possesses immense strength. Goes Eagle, the Green Ranger, is a fun-loving playboy with super speed. And Goes Unicorn, the Black Ranger, is the first female black hero in Super Sentai history, known for her telepathy and calm demeanor.
Don't forget about their transformation device, the Tegasword. It's a multifunctional weapon that also transforms into their individual mecha, known as Tegasword Robos. Each Gauzuger has a unique configuration based on their Tegasword, and the Sentai rings are a cool addition. They hold the powers of past Red Sentai heroes and come in 3 types: personal rings for transformations, ability rings for combat enhancements, and legend Sentai rings that allow the Gozyugers to harness legacy abilities. Watching an episode of Gozyuger almost feels like you're watching a tournament arc or playing a fighting game. There's color-coded power scaling finishers, and they even lean into the competitive dynamic with the whole #1 Super Sentai premise. It's not just them saving the day, it's them trying to one-up each other while doing it. Alright, enough Sentai and Harry Potter chatter. Back to the madness at hand. Looks like while we were off talking, SpongeBob finally tracked down his license, and now we're in a full-blown race against Patrick! Alright, Joe, let's lock in and win this thing. I'm not watching Patrick Star take home the imaginary gold in SpongeBob's dream dimension. Let's dust him.
Okay, stop. Stop the game. You mean to tell me this buffoon, this pink idiot who thinks a lid is an instrument, is out here pulling up on a full-sized motorcycle?
It's actually kind of amazing, isn't it? In SpongeBob's dream, his best friend is somehow the coolest, toughest biker in Bikini Bottom. That says a lot about their relationship. SpongeBob puts Patrick on a pedestal, even in his subconscious. But I agree, it's wild that he went from couch potato to biker boss in 0.2 seconds.
And he's fast. I'm talking unfair turbocharged boost, hogging fast. You slip up for even a second and he's miles ahead like he's got a nitrous tank strapped to his starfish ass. He passed us once, and I swear I smelled rubber and regret. You know what this reminds me of? You ever play a kart racer with your little cousin, and the devs give them a handicap boost just so they don't cry? That's Patrick. That's what's happening here. He's cheating. Look at this. I hit every boost pad. I took the shortcut, and this starfish still managed to slam past me at 90 miles.
I will say, as chaotic as it is, it adds a layer of actual tension to the racing. You're not just trying to win. You're dodging hazards, jumping ramps, hitting boost pads, and praying this lunatic doesn't blow you up right at the finish line. For a SpongeBob game, that's impressive design.
You've got to be kidding me. Again, Plankton just rear-ended us out of nowhere. He's not even racing, he's just waiting for moments to strike. This little green freak has it out for SpongeBob.
Every time. Every single time we have a moment of success, this guy just barrels in like a drunk mosquito with a vengeance. SpongeBob finally beats Patrick, and boom, rear-ended by a sesame seed with a vendetta.
I blinked and the car exploded. It was Plankton's damage, seriously. You win a race, you get a moment to breathe, and then bam.
Let's see if I can't find some parts lying around to fix up my car. These guys aren't just gonna let me come and rummage around, so I better brush up on my skills.
What's even crazier is how hard he hits. Like, I get this is a dream, but SpongeBob's hot rod exploded into 5 pieces, and he just stands up like, "Welp, time to collect parts." Man didn't even process the trauma.
Wasn't me.
How many times are we going to watch this goofy-ass dance?
Okay, now that we've recovered from the domestic terrorism incident involving Plankton, looks like we've finally unlocked the ability to attack and break boxes. Simple, but effective. I mean, look, I've seen worse combat systems in kids' games.
Right, and it's a real nice feeling to watch SpongeBob smash through boxes. Look, it's not deep, but it's satisfying. I mean, it's fun. Who doesn't love the thrill of breaking stuff?
Hold on a minute. Are we seriously praising a mechanic where you spin to break boxes? What is this, Crash Bandicoot? Let me ask you something, Joe. How many hours did you play this before you realized it's just the same thing over and over again? Look at this. It's as linear as they come. You walk down a straight path, spin, break boxes. Walk down another straight path, jump across platforms, repeat. There's no real exploration. It's just a straight line. Why the hell did it take this long? Why did SpongeBob need to remember how to spin? That's like Mario getting halfway through his game and suddenly having a flashback on how to jump. What was stopping him from slapping anything earlier? And Joe, if I wanted to go down hallways, I'll just play Final Fantasy 13 or Kingdom Hearts 3.
Hey, now, don't be too harsh on it, man. It's a kid's game. It's not supposed to be some open world masterpiece. The fun is in the simplicity. Look, if it was more complicated, you'd probably complain it's too hard for SpongeBob fans.
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting for the fun part. You're telling me all this spin and box, breaking is the most innovative thing we've got. Where's the freedom? Where's the challenge?
You know what, Donald, I got to disagree here. It's like the game's trying to teach you something like we're still in a tutorial. Breaking boxes is fun because it's all about gathering stuff to move forward. It's a progression thing. Plus, it feels like one of those little wins that keeps you going, you know?
Progression. All I see is a glorified obstacle course. There's no substance. It's like they took a few mechanics, threw them in a blender, and said, close enough.
Look, man, if this game was meant to blow your mind, it would have had a lot more than just spinning around in circles. But for what it's trying to do, it's working. It's fun, it's colorful, and you know what? Kids today probably love it. Not every game has to reinvent the wheel. This is all about goofy fun. No one's signing up for some dark, gritty open world here. It's about punching fish, collecting parts, and having a laugh.
All right, I'll give you that. But the minute I see another cutscene of SpongeBob talking about the thrill of the race or some nonsense, I'm calling it quits.
Hold on. No need to get too worked up yet. Let's get through this part. We've got the spin move now, so maybe we can use it to open up some new pathways.
Fine, but we're still stuck in the spin cycle of mediocrity. If I wanted to do the same thing over and over again, I'd call up my old rivals in business. At least that was more interesting. But yeah, Final Fantasy 13, remember that garbage fire. One hallway. One long, boring, beautifully rendered hallway. That's what this game is. It's Final Fantasy, more jank and less melodrama. I bought that game thinking it was going to be the return of greatness. Turns out it was just a 60-hour cutscene with a hallway stuck in the middle. People roasted it, and rightfully so. And don't get me started on Kingdom Hearts, a cutscene simulator with 10 minutes of actual gameplay sprinkled in between. And this SpongeBob game's following in their footsteps. No freedom, no real exploration, just straight lines and fluff.
Okay, now hang on, Donald. I'll give you Kingdom Hearts a third. That game was basically a movie with quick time events. I sat down to play it and felt like I accidentally bought the Blu-ray instead. But Final Fantasy, that game gets way more hate than it deserves.
Oh my God, Barack, you're not going to do this. You're not actually defending that train wreck of a game.
Listen, I'm just saying, it had its flaws, sure. The linearity early on was definitely a problem, but the battle system, it was ahead of its time. Fast, strategic, visually clean. You had to think on your feet with paradigm shifts and make split-second decisions. It was one of the few turn-based systems that felt alive.
It was a hallway simulator with enemy cutscenes and characters that sounded like they were all reading off a horoscope. The only good parts are when lighting punched the hell out of snow.
Wait, hold up. What game are we talking about again? I remember playing one where a girl sounded like a hentai and there was a floating city and some kid wouldn't shut up about his mom. Was that the one with the chocobos in people's hair?
Yes, Joe.
Exactly. When your most iconic moment is a chicken in someone's afro, that's when you know the franchise hit rock bottom.
But come on, the lore was solid. The world building had depth, the characters grew on you, and once you hit Grand Pulse, the game opens up. People just gave up too early. If they had stuck with it, they might have appreciated what it was trying to do.
They'd have to sit through 30 hours of hand-holding just to get to the part where the game starts. Sounds like bad design, not some misunderstood masterpiece.
I don't know, man. I just like the music. That one song, the sad piano one, hit me right in the gut. Might have teared up a little.
Exactly. Final Fantasy Xari had an incredible score, say what you will, but Masashi Hamazu absolutely delivered. The violin solos, the piano melodies, some of the best in the series.
Yeah, well, all the music in the world can't make up for walking in a straight line for an entire game. It's like someone built a roller coaster with no loops. Just one long, slow incline to disappointment.
Still better than Kingdom Hearts 2, though.
Okay, I'll give you that one. That game was like Disney fan fiction on steroids.
All right, we've wandered enough. Let's bring it back to SpongeBob. We've got our spin attack, boxes are getting smashed, and we're back on track. Joe, lead the way.
There it is, boys. The last part, being a long, weird trip through this dream, but we're finally about to put this hot rod back together.
It's just what every Sponge's supercar needs.
All right, so here we are, Plankton's Revenge Tour Round 3, and this time it's a full-on race. I've got to say I respect the commitment. He's not just some side antagonist showing up to throw nonsense at us. This little guy is out here with real rival energy. He destroyed our hot rod, caused multiple incidents of vehicular assault, and now he wants to prove he's faster too. That's personal.
Of course it's personal. He's a stalker in a sardine can. This man, no, this spec, has done nothing but try to ruin SpongeBob's life. And now he's coming at us with what looks like a Hot Wheels toy powered by spite. I swear, if this race is rubber banding, I'm going to throw something.
I won't lie, the design here is kind of brilliant. Plankton's vehicle isn't sleek or aerodynamic. It's aggressive. Spiked wheels, smoking exhaust, it's compensating for his size, and it shows. The devs put thought into his personality shining through even here. He's not just trying to win, he's trying to knock us off the track.
And don't even get me started on the track. IT's gotten even more chaotic. It's like they built it just to watch you suffer.
It is chaotic, but it's not bad design. This is supposed to be the turning point of SpongeBob's dream. It's a nightmare, sure, but it's a calculated one. You're finally getting used to the controls, just in time for the game to test everything. Beating Plankton here isn't just about winning a race. It's about reclaiming dignity.
Because he can't just accept defeat, Joe. And that's a problem. You can't just keep cheating your way to the finish line. You need skill. You need strategy. And you know what, Obama? Maybe this game is a metaphor. Maybe it's teaching us that Plankton's way of doing things, it just doesn't work.
Maybe so, Donald, maybe so. But as far as the game's concerned, it's making us work for our victories. It's throwing obstacles at us that force us to get better and think more strategically. You could say that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I'll admit the race is a little better and all, but if we're being honest, we're basically stuck in a never-ending loop of the same thing. Do you even get to do anything interesting, or is this just a driving simulator? I'm still not happy with all the obstacles just trying to mess up your day. Let's see if we can actually get to finish the race this time without another disaster. Ui bibi and tane and namo yo parapai enti o astargo us.
Donald, are you all right? What language was that just now? Anyways, looks like we won the race, beat Plankton, and once again got rammed into, but by Gary this time.
All right. I think we've all had our say about the race. But what I think we're missing here is the humor, the ridiculousness of it all. It's a SpongeBob game. It's not supposed to be a grand spectacle. It's fun, lighthearted, and simple. It's like a Saturday morning cartoon. You're just along for the ride, having a good time with your buddies. Maybe you've got the license back. Maybe you've beat Plankton. Whatever it is, you feel victorious at the end of the day.
No. Now, you've got to be kidding me. What the hell was that? That was Gary. That was his pet. The snail. The one that meows like a cat. That's the one who just came in and blindsided us like a heat-seeking missile. I'm losing my mind. I swear every time this game gives us a win, it smacks us across the face for even thinking we earned it. We did everything right. Beat Patrick. Smoked Plankton. We jumped through every flaming hoop this fever dream of a game threw at us. And just as we think we're in the clear, boom, Gary pulls up like he's got a personal vendetta. I'm supposed to believe this snail, this invertebrate, just took out a custom-built hot rod with one hit. What is this game even doing anymore?
Gary does seem a little motivated, I'll give you that. I mean, it's unexpected.
Unexpected. This is stupid. It's not unexpected, it's an ambush! The guy was nowhere in sight, and then he shows up like a blur and annihilates the car we just rebuilt with our own hands. What is SpongeBob feeding this thing? Jet fuel. This isn't loyalty, this isn't a twist, it's sabotage. That snail should be arrested for assault.
He's got that little turbo shell, man, putting in work like that Disney movie Turbo.
No, I'm not laughing. This is the problem with games like this. No pacing, no warning. No respect for your time. We're working our way through this weird dream where the laws of physics mean nothing, building hot rods out of scrap like it's a junkyard reality show. And when we finally make progress, Gary, the house pet, decides to go wrong and knock us back to square one. It's trash design. And you two are just sitting here smiling like it's cute. It's not cute. It's insulting.
I mean, look, I get the frustration, but it's a dream world. Stuff's going to be chaotic. That's kind of the theme.
It's a dream world. Great excuse for terrible pacing and random acts of violence. I don't care if it's a dream, a nightmare, or a hallucination. There's supposed to be some structure. Instead, you finish a boss race and immediately get assaulted by a snail that wasn't even in the room 5 seconds ago. That's not tension. That's lazy. That's nonsense. It's like the devs said, let's punish the player for finishing the level. Well, congratulations, you succeeded.
See, Mundan, maybe it's supposed to be funny, like a gag.
It's not funny, Joe. Nothing about this is funny. We rebuilt the hot rod, beat Patrick, and survived Plankton's bumper car mania. And then Gary pulls up like he's got road rage. And don't act like this is new to you. You know this game pulls this kind of crap. First, they hand you mechanics with no explanation. Then they drop bombs on the racetrack. And now your own pet turns on you. What's next? A jellyfish drive-by. I'm telling you, if I ever make a game, the pets stay in their bowls.
Well, now that we've been hit by what I assume is Bikini Bottom's fastest snail, we can move on to the next part. Looks like we're about to get quite the boost upgrade soon.
Again, that's all this game does. It tears down everything you build and tells you to smile about it. I want one moment. Just one moment of uninterrupted progress.
All right, team. Damage control. Let's stay focused. We're looking for turbo boots now. Basically the nitrous of this weird underwater fantasy. Our goal is to go even faster, which, considering what just happened, feels a little optimistic.
Optimistic, it's delusional. We just got wiped out by a mollusk and now he wants more speed. I don't trust this sponge. He's like a toddler with access to military-grade hardware. And don't even get me started on this scavenger hunt nonsense. This is classic padding, fake gameplay. Here's a dozen parts. Go run around until you find them. We swear it's fun. Give me a break.
Look, say what you want, but I like this section. Little platforming challenge, some light exploration. You get to double jump all floaty and stuff. It's better than just driving in circles. Plus, the little enemies are fun to smack around.
You've got to admit, the movement does feel nice. It's got that bouncy, responsive vibe. And the spin to win combat, as basic as it is, has decent feedback. The dream logic of the environment makes it easy to just kind of flow with it. I don't mind hunting for parts when the platforming actually feels solid.
No. Don't fall for it. This is smoke and mirrors. You're getting tricked by nice colors and a bubbly soundtrack. They want you to forget you're doing chores. We should be racing Gary right now, not jumping across dream marshmallows to collect turbo parts like it's Banjo-Kazooie's bottom shelf cousin.
Well, Don, maybe if you didn't throw a tantrum after Gary slammed into us, we'd be a little farther along right now.
Oh, don't start. I'm the only one here taking this seriously. The game disrespected us. I reacted. You're the one over there getting excited about air, dashing into sparkly gears like it's your birthday.
Let's keep hunting. We've got parts to collect, and something tells me Gary's still out there, watching, waiting, planning his next betrayal.
Guy thinks he's some kind of apex predator just because he has a racing license and a hunger for violence. I swear, this snail is the most dangerous thing I've seen since Sonic 2006.
Well, we know where you're going to want that game on the tier list.
You keep talking about him like he's out there plotting world domination or something. He's literally SpongeBob's pet.
Joe, I don't care what title he holds. Pet, undersea menace. That thing weaponized emotional betrayal. Do you have any idea what it feels like to get blindsided by someone you fed and raised? I bet he chewed through SpongeBob's break lines before the level started.
All right, let's dial it back. It's still a kid's game, even if it has a surprising amount of cartoon war crimes.
You know, all this talk about betrayal, it's weird, but it kind of reminds me how weirdly unhinged this game is. I mean, the fact that this is all happening in SpongeBob's dream, it's like a mix of burnout fantasy and sleep paralysis.
It's bizarre, I'll give it that.
And that's kind of what makes it stand out. There's a surreal charm to it. The whole hot rod fantasy, the weird dream-like flow of the level, it's refreshing. You don't get platformers that lean into dream logic anymore. It's got personality. That's what makes this better than some of the soulless mascot games out there today. Even when nothing makes sense, it still feels like SpongeBob.
Yeah, until the game decides to randomly change genres again. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the next level is a cooking sim or a rhythm game or something. Press X to aggressively flip Krabby Patties.
Well, we're not there yet. Let's grab this turbo part and gear up. One step closer to getting our revenge on Gary.
We've been fighting these losers for like 3 minutes now. I swear, if this isn't the last damn wave, I'm calling SpongeBob's dream manager and filing a complaint. There's only so much slapstick goonwalking I can do.
Come on, man, this is the gauntlet. Every platformer's got to have one. You get locked in a box, enemies pour in, and you can't leave until everyone's had their turn getting spin, kicked into dream dust. It's tradition.
Exactly. And the worst part, they're not even getting stronger of them. Same outfits, same sound effects, same dumb laugh when they get destroyed. It's like a bad sequel in real time.
Honestly, though, I think it's smart pacing. You've got a big race coming, final boss energy incoming. This is the last big skill check. They want to make sure you've got the spin timing down, that you can juggle enemies while moving and manage camera angles that are more dreamlike than functional.
I'm just saying, if this ain't the final wave of this shit,
Come on, you've been complaining all game, but you know you're locked in now.
eyes on the prize. Gentlemen, this next race, it's going to decide everything. And I, for one, am ready to put that snail in his place. This is it, the final race, the revenge arc. Snail versus Sponge. Turbo versus Betrayal. I've been waiting for this moment.
Gary's got the edge, though. You can feel it. Dude's fast. He's got that creepy stare, and he's holding grudges like a cartoon Bond villain. He didn't just bump us earlier. He meant that.
Don't underestimate Gary. He may be small, but he's got some serious racing tactics. It's that quiet, calculated kind of determination. Like when I had to pass healthcare reform in 2009. Slow and steady, making the right moves.
Dumb Ion. This is a video game, not a damn policy debate, Obama. We're racing. Gary's got turbo boosts, and we're on a track that looks like it came straight out of MotorStorm. He's cheating, and I'm sick of it. Are you kidding me with the snail bombs? I knew he'd play dirty. That's not racing, that's gastropod terrorism. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. We're only on lap 2. I thought we were done after that first gauntlet of cheap turns and whatever the hell.
Come on, Donald, you've got to admit it. It's fun. Sure, it's a little ridiculous, but that's kind of the charm of it. It's like you're in a fever dream, but with less existential crisis and more racetrack chaos. I get it, though. This isn't exactly what you'd call a professional race, but at least the game's keeping the energy up.
Look, Gary may be ahead, but don't let that fool you. This isn't about who's in the lead at the start. It's about patience. Like in politics, we don't always win at first, but eventually we catch up. You just got to wait for your moment.
Well, it's clear the game has a bit of a twisted sense of humor, Donald, but that's what makes it fun. And hey, that's part of the appeal, right? If this was a traditional racing game, we wouldn't be able to enjoy the chaos as much.
I'll tell you what, if this was a real race, there wouldn't be any bombs or shells flying around. It'd be all about skill, technique, and maybe a little bit of speed. But instead, we've got a snail with a vendetta and a SpongeBob car that feels like it was designed by someone who's never even seen a real racetrack.
Well, Donald, don't worry. Just like in a race, you've got to take your time, plan your moves. Keep your eyes on the track, not on the bombs. It'll be okay.
That's right, Donald. Now take a deep breath and get ready for the next lap. Gary's not going to get the best of us.
All right, lap 3. This better be the last one. I swear, if Gary's still ahead of me by the end of this, we're going to have some serious questions about the integrity of this race. This is just ridiculous. I've had enough of this snail pulling these cheap moves.
Come on, Donald. You're really getting worked up over a race against a snail. You've got to admit, this is pretty entertaining.
It's like a metaphor for life. Sometimes the most unexpected things come out on top. You got to respect Gary for his commitment. I mean, he's doing whatever it takes to win. You could learn a thing or two from him, Donald.
Finally, after all that drama, all those cheap moves by Gary, we've won. Thank goodness.
See, that wasn't so bad, Donald. It's all about patience and embracing the chaos. I think you've learned a little something here today. It's not always about brute force. Sometimes it's about strategy, even in the most ridiculous situations.
Of course, now that we've won, you're not quite so upset. It's funny how that works. But hey, congrats! Now let's keep going and see what else this game has in store. There's still more weirdness to uncover.
Whoa, that was a strange dream.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled static with this urgent news flash. Bikini Bottom is threatened by the dreaded Patrick. Who can save us now? Who?
The dreaded Patrick! This is a job for Starfishman!
Starfishman. Now Patrick thinks he's Batman. Maybe the gameplay will pick up more with different combat moves.
And that's where we're wrapping things up for today. But to keep y'all updated, the next video is going to be Put Travels Through Time. We already have the gameplay recorded for it, and just have to edit the rest.
And after that, we're back on the Sonic tier list. You better believe I've got some things to say about Sonic CD.
For now, hit that like button, sub if you're new, and maybe comment your favorite SpongeBob game episode or just roast Trump's driving skills.
Appreciate y'all for watching. Catch you in the next one!